guys, today I wanted to talk about makeup brushes and how you use them, how you clean them, my preferred brushes. And most of this is coming from that I posted a link this week about a great deal on some makeup brushes. And usually when you see like really cheap brands, they're not that good, and like the little hairs on the brushes start coming out on your face in your makeup, and you have to like sit there and peel them out of your wet foundation. That's not the case with these brushes. So you order them, and I'm going to put the link below. But you order them, and they come in this little kit, and it's like a rolled, and when you open it, it's 24 brushes. I want to say it was around $20, maybe 25. But you open it, and it is like brushes galore. This is actually the second set, so I have one open. But if you can see, there are tons of brushes in this set and a variety of different styles. So I'm going to show you from the open set that I have and explain how to use them without actually putting makeup on, so hopefully it makes sense. So one of the first brushes, they are not labeled or named or numbered like a lot of the MAC brushes or anything. This one is used for foundation or even primer, and you just, rub in your primer. It's hard for me not to get brush strokes, but I'll go over a little bit of that. I have a big fluffy brush, and this one's for powder. You can use it for loose powder or pressed powder. We'll take this time to show you another brush. This is not from this set. This is came with a Bare Minerals set. This is a flat top like kabuki brush. It's just a very small version, and this one's used to like buff out powders. It's a flat top though. You can't tell. That's not part of the set. And then there's two different kinds of blush brushes in the set. This one here is just your standard blush brush. This one is actually angled. You can tell the difference. And the angled one gets in the creases, so if you wanted to do like your cheekbone area, like this one's good. And then the blush brush is more for like, just getting the color right in one concentrated area, but this one gives you a more sharper angled look. There are two other type makeup brushes, face brushes in here. There's a small fan brush and a large fan brush. You can use either, and there are lots of uses for all these brushes. I use the little one for highlighter, the top of my cheekbones. And then the big one, this can actually be your blending brush. It's super soft. I mean, it is just very soft. And I just like kind of blend it all out. I use it to like blend my powder down my neck. It's very soft. It almost feels like a massage. Here's another brush that was not part of the set. This is a Bare Minerals brush. It's a concealer brush. So it's actually made out of, it says concealer right on it. It actually is made out of the similar texture of this brush that was for the foundation, the first one I showed you. And this one's really good for getting under the eyes and like packing in foundation or concealer. Alright, here's another brush that was not in the set. This is included in the Hoola bronzer, which looks like this. It's in a box. And this one gives you like a really clean cut line. Like you can really get in that cheekbone and like bronze it up. Anyway, so I kind of like this brush, but if you don't want a very angled look and you want it to be more soft, I would use a more fluffy brush because it's not going to give you as direct application. It's going to be more of a buffed out, which is for some people the best. Alright, then unfortunately there are a ton of eye brushes, so bear with me here. Some of these I don't even know the names for, but I'll tell you what I use them for. So these four are very similar, if you can't tell. They are pretty similar. The main difference, one of these is like a MAC 217 brush, if you're familiar with that. This is just a great all-over eye brush. I like to have four of the same. I might use them all pretty much in the same way. But I like to have different ones because they get dirty fast, and I don't want to clean them all the time. If I use this one, it comes off purple. I'm like, oh, that was from yesterday. I can just set this one aside, and I don't have to worry about it. I can pull out a new one. And I'm going to go over washing your brushes, but this one is kind of tapered. You can't tell. See how it goes up to down. And that one is good for blending and for getting, depends on, it's large for anything very concentrated in one area. So if you're trying to do a very smoky look, That might be good because it's a little bigger, so it'll give you like more of a blended effect. And this one is just a basic eyeshadow brush. There's not much to talk about. This is a flat top eyeshadow brush. If you can see that the top is flat. And I like this one for blending. So let's say I did like a light color here, and then I did a dark color over here in the crease and the V on the outer side. I take this one and I just blend it all out together. So I'd have no harsh lines. I just like this one because it looks a little different, so I know this one is clean all the time. This one, I never put product on this brush directly. I never dipped this flat brush, into any product. So it should be clean, except for whatever it blends out. All right, now these are three that look very similar as well. Now, if you don't know how to use all these brushes, that's fine. That just means you don't have to wash your brushes as often. If you use them all the same, then don't wash them. I mean, you have a clean one on ready for backup. One of these is a concealer brush, like the Bare Minerals one. So it's up to you what size you want. But I also use, so it's made out of the same material as the foundation brush, concealer brush. You can pack on product with these. So these ones are not fluffy at all. They're almost firm. They don't move. You see how it's not budging? This one is great for the outer crease, outer V. And I'm able to use it to pack on, like if I have a glittery product or a loose pigment and I don't want it to go everywhere, I put an eyeshadow primer on my eye so that'll give it something to stick to. And then I take this and I pack it, I press it on, and that makes it so it won't go anywhere. And then this is a smaller one. I use this one for the V because it gives me a very, very clear control of where I'm going to put this. It's not like if a fluffy brush, like I could end up with eyeshadow everywhere. I don't even know how this is going to happen. All right, a few more. Now these four, unfortunately, are all the same too. These are very similar. I use one of these for my eyeliner, or blending out my eyeliner. If I use powder on my under eye, or powder over my eyeliner, if I use black eyeliner on my top lid and then I use a powder on top of that, I'll use one of these small brushes because they're very small and controlled. And but the other one I use for my brows, so I'll pick like the smallest one, and then I just dip it in the eyeshadow and just pat it through. It's very tiny. It's skinnier than the smallest part of my eyebrow, so I'm able to really get in there and get detail. But the other ones I use just underneath. If I put a powder under here, I just kind of, I have control. But then, remember I told you I have a blending brush. This one, this flat one, I never put product on. If I get a little crazy, a little too much, I just use this one. All right, we're almost done here. So this is what you used to get in your cosmetics when, like, CoverGirl and stuff. Just a regular old eyeshadow padded, like, applicator. I don't particularly like these. I don't think that they're that exciting. I opt for the brush every single time, but if my brushes are all dirty, I'll use this. And it gives you more control. It's like the stiff brushes. It gives you more control. So it's not a bad brush to own. This brush is, if you've ever seen at the end of your eyeliners, if there's like that little spongy tip on the other end of the pencil, this is what that is. It's like a spongy thing, and I use this for blending eyeliner too, and it really does blend out, buff out eyeliner. So this one is from the kit, and this one on my other hand is not from the kit. So this one with the cap on, I'll take the cap off. This is Makeup Geek brand, not part of this kit. It's a bent eyeliner brush, and I'll tell you why it's bent. And then this is the one that came in the kit, and it's a regular, I'm trying to get my head out of the way so you can see them, regular eyeliner brush. The regular eyeliner brush, you can dip this into liquid eyeliner, you can dip it into cream eyeliner, and then you have a lot of control. Very tiny little brush, and you can line your eyes. This one is bent for a really cool reason. You can actually lie it exactly on your eye. See how it's bent? Lay it on your eye, and then you just go, you pull out, and it gives you the perfect line of eye. All right, just a couple left. This one is for your brows. It has a comb on one side, And then the other side is like a brush, a softer brush. And these you just brush through your brows. And then the last one here is an eye mascara wand. And then some people use these for clear mascara to like tame their brows if you have kind of unruly brows. And you can also use this, dip this into your regular old mascara. I like this one because it's bent slightly. And that gives me the ability to get closer to my eye. And I don't have to like have my hand on my face like doing this thing. I can kind of easily do this. And then I just want to go over a couple more brush options and how I store them. I have two separate little, these are for pencils, for my brushes, because I put the face brushes in one, which are like the fluffy, and they take up more room, the fluffy ones, in one container, and then I put the eye brushes in another. And then these sit on top of my vanity just to make it easy. And as they get dirty, I can put them on a separate place. I can throw them in the bathroom. I can throw them in the drawer or whatever. And then when it's time to clean them, if I have enough to clean, I'll go ahead and wash them. I'm going to talk about that next. Here's a couple more options for brushes and applications. This is like a little powder pad that came in my little powder. And these are fine. I just don't think that they're easy to clean. And I don't think very many people, if it comes with a powder applicator like that, they're not going to sit there and wash them. That's why I like getting an individual brush, because I paid money for those. They didn't just come with my product. I'm not going to keep putting that dirty thing back in the clean product, giving myself infections and getting just bacteria all over my face. Another option is these sponges. I love these sponges for foundation because I can throw them away. I don't want to sit there and wash them. For a bag of like 20 or 30, it's like $4, I don't know, something like that. But to wash your brushes, I just get the hot water in the bathroom sink going, and I put a dab of like Dawn dish soap on top of the brush or in my hand or on the back of your hand you can do. Yesterday I recorded a video on lip stains. They're still there. But I put some dish soap on the back of my hand, and then I just swirl. I get my brush wet in the hot water, and I swirl it around. And I notice the color coming off onto my hand. And then I rinse it into the hot water and kind of keep, pulling the dirt and the color out and rinse it till it's clean. And then afterwards, I just lay it flat on a towel and wait for them all to dry. Sometimes it can take up to 24 hours, but I think it's well worth it. And the reason I bought a second set of these makeup brushes is because it's such a great deal. I'm going to link it below. But also because I don't want to use dirty brushes all the time. I mean, I reuse my brushes a few times. Like every week I'll wash them, but I don't want to wash them every day. And if I have a week where I'm really busy and I didn't get a chance to wash my brushes, I have a backup set. I can take all of these and throw them in the bathroom and in the drawer and throw them in a grocery bag and wait till I have the time to wash them. So I hope that helps in how to use makeup brushes. I hope you don't feel confused when you go to the store and you don't know what you need. If I had to pick 5 brushes maybe that I couldn't live without, I would go with, I'm not going to count this as a sponge. I put my primer and my foundation on with that. I would get a big fluffy brush, a blush brush, and I'll use this for the bronzer and the blush. If you really want, you can use this for your highlighter too. And then I would get a skinny brush. You can use this for your brows, and then also use it for eyeliner under your eye or whatever you need. I would buy one fluffy brush for the eyes and one flat brush for the eyes. That gives you that ability to pack things on. So if I had to get 5 brushes, those are what I'd get. I don't need a mascara wand. One comes in my mascara. I don't share my mascara, so it doesn't bother me. I don't need a comb for my eyebrows. My eyebrows tend to cooperate, I guess. I don't need that. I don't need an eyeliner brush. Hey, my eyeliner came with one. So if you are on a tight budget, I would say a powder brush, a blush brush, 2 different eyeshadow brushes, one really flat and stiffer, and one kind of fluffy for blending. And then, I mean, everything else is kind of icing on the cake. If you want to get a concealer brush, if you want to get a lip liner brush, and also I forgot to mention that tiny brush that is really skinny that I was talking about, you can use for liquid eyeliner. You can use this for lip liner too. I just don't use lip liner. Anyway, I hope that helped, guys. If you have any more questions on makeup brushes, send them in the comments below, and I will link the place that I bought the brushes. Bye.